Welcome to Facebook Live. I have exciting news this week. I have new lipstick. I'm so excited about this. I got this at my hair place, and check this out. Okay, first of all, there's a light in it. It's so cool. And then you pull this out, and there's a mirror on here. So you can see what you're doing. See the light? It's in the thing. I know this looks weird on camera, but when you are in your car at night, it's really handy. So now I have a new color. So I hope you guys like it. I'm very excited about it. It's called, because I know you're going to ask, Pure Illumination. I'll put it down here so you can see it backwards. But I love this stuff. I've actually had this before, so I was really excited about it. I'm standing up because I want to die cut something quick before we get started, and I didn't get it done before I went live because I literally was just like, oh, I should totally make this card today. And then I realized how late it was, so let me just get this all set up, and then we'll make the card together. I have to tell you, every week I ask if you have suggestions for cards that you would like me to do, and oftentimes you give me exceptionally specific requests. And I can't always do those exceptionally specific requests because I often don't have a lot of time on Monday to come up with it. So if it's something you want like that week, it's really hard for me to do. I would say let's think more generalized. That I can do more. But hold on a second. I'm going to die cut this. I'll be right back so you can look at the mess that is my office. Okay, I'm back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen. Hi, Diane. How are you, my dear? How are you guys doing today? I am happy to see you. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Mary. Thank you for sharing my video. I appreciate it. Hi, Brenna. Oh, I always worry when I say that. I think I said it right. Hi, Janet. Hello, Renata. Hi, Tandra. I saw that, Tracy. So you're like doing Fat Tuesday, right? That's what that's called, right? My aunt is down there too, although I'm not sure if she still is. I told her she should not flash anybody. I think that's really good advice. So, Tracy, don't flash anybody. I have to say, I've never been to New Orleans. I would really like to go. I think it looks like a really fascinating place. I went, I was reading a book that was set in New Orleans, and it sounded very interesting. Like it was just describing everything, and it sounds really pretty. And Brina. See, it's locked in tight. So, Brina, you know what's so funny? We have a cabin in Harper's Ferry, so I drive through Lamont like every weekend in the summer. Isn't that crazy? All right, guys. Well, I'm so excited to be stamping with you today. I have to tell you, I had a crazy weekend. It started Friday. I went and got my nails done. I got pink sparkly nails. Well, you'll see later. It's not focusing quite right. For Valentine's Day, because I thought that was kind of cool. And I made an appointment, and then I thought, it was really quiet in the nail salon, so I thought, oh, I'll ask if I can get a pedicure too, because why not? And then I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't shaved my legs. But I figured that the lady couldn't speak English, so she probably could only badmouth my hairy legs to her friends in another language, so it would be okay. Anyway, I think she was new, and long story short, as the guy was finishing up my nails, my fingernails, then all of a sudden, like 8 people walked in to get pedicures. And so the place was packed, like in a matter of a few minutes. And then I sat down and waited with my feet in the water for 45 minutes. All the dead skin just came right off. It was wonderful and relaxing, but I came home and my husband was like, what have you been doing? So anyway, my legs weren't that hairy, just a little. So I was kind of excited to do that. Well, then Saturday, we drove to Minneapolis because my husband's father was in town. And hi, Papa, if you're watching this, because he told me he watches sometimes. I was pretty sure that he'd really be into card making. But anyway, we hadn't seen him in a while, so it was really great to see him. We drove to Minneapolis basically to have dinner with him. And I did manage to see if we could stop by IKEA. So really what we did was we drove 2 cars to Minneapolis so that we could go to IKEA, because I really want to redo my office. All of this mismatched stuff, all of these things that I've collected in the last 19 years are in here. And I really wanted to I want it to be nice. You know, I'm doing pretty well with my business, so I think it's time to remodel. So I took my husband and my daughter to IKEA on a Saturday afternoon. Okay? Can you picture that? IKEA on a Saturday afternoon. There's only 1 or 2 people there, and it's not like you have to wait to even get a cart, and it's not like the checkout line is 15 people deep, and it's not like the stuff almost couldn't fit in the car with our daughter, and we didn't almost leave her there so we could come back. No, we wouldn't have done that, but IKEA is quite an experience. So bless my husband's heart, he loaded all of the heavy boxes into the car. We got it all to fit with literally Ella and I both had to have stuff in our laps. And he indicated that the car was heavily loaded down. And so we drove back to my sister's house and then took the other car to go have dinner with my father-in-law so that our children would fit in the car. Anyway, it was quite the experience. Now, Diane, are you ready for this? All the boxes are in my classroom out here. And we have to go through the wonderfully glorious process of taking everything out of here and building all of the stuff out there and making this all happen. I'm sure it's going to be super nice. I think I'm going to have to put out for this one. So anyway, bless his heart. And then, yesterday, we got home yesterday and he carried all the stuff in, which was really sweet. And he tracked in all the dirt from the garage with his stuff and with all the boxes. But bless his heart, he cleaned up the floor. That's kind of unlike him. So I really felt like my husband kind of loves me. I suspect that would definitely be my Valentine's Day gift. And speaking of Valentine's Day, I went in to see if my ring was ready yet, because the ring place is right by the nail place. And I thought, ooh, if my nails were done and pretty, then I should try on my ring. But it's not done yet, and I'm dying. And they said it wasn't going to be ready for 2 more weeks. So I think good things come to those who are really patient. So anyway, Yeah, he was tired because I stayed up last night. Oh my gosh, we have to talk about the Olympics. I stayed up last night watching the stupid Olympics, of course, and he's so not into the Olympics. Anyway, when I came into the bedroom, he was snoring so loud, I can't believe he didn't, like, wake up the neighbors or something. But the Olympics last night, oh my gosh. Oh, I was so excited, and I may or may not have cried. I can't tell you. But I might have. I was so excited watching the Olympics. I love figure skating. Like, figure skating is awesome. I had so much fun watching the Olympics, and oh my gosh, watching the US team was amazing. Oh my gosh, when Mirai Nagasu landed her triple axel, and like, everyone went nuts, and I was like, yes! And my son Carl was just like, Mom, what is wrong with you? Which was kind of funny. Anyway, I was so excited for her. I mean, it was like such a big thing, and oh my gosh, you could tell she was so nervous, but she did it, and it was really exciting. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, there's, I think her name is Leslie Jones. I don't know if you guys know who this is. She's a comedian. And she was like super into the Rio Olympics. In fact, I think NBC like flew her down to Rio during the Summer Olympics, and she just is like super excited about the Olympics and cheering on everybody. And so she's on Instagram, and she keeps recording videos of her watching, and it's really funny because she'll talk about the dresses that the figure skaters are wearing, and then she was talking about the guy who got the silver medal in skeleton, and it is so funny, and she does use some strong language, but oh my gosh, it's hilarious. And we were watching, it's so funny when she's talking about like just the crazy stuff people do, and like snowboarding, and it's really funny. So her name is Less Dog, I believe, on Instagram. So you might want to check her out, because it really made me giggle watching her. So anyway, Catherine, he deserves a reward and a Valentine's Day gift, but only after he finishes putting them together. Yeah, I think it's going to take a little while to put all this stuff together. Luckily, most of it is pretty simple stuff, but oh my gosh. So, oh my goodness, I love the Olympics. In fact, it really kind of ruins it. Like, my next 2 weeks are completely lost to the Olympics. In fact, I came down here yesterday to try and stamp a little bit, and I just literally couldn't do it. So I went upstairs and curled under a blanket and just watched the Olympics on TV. So, and they had the speed skater guy who's won, and they had the cross country, and I actually skied cross country when I was in high school, and so I know how hard it is. Those races were unbelievable. So anyway, oh my gosh, so excited. So, snowboarding is your favorite? Okay, Julie, so my sister and I so she was like, what, Shaun White's in the Olympics again? And I said, yes, but he had this horrible crash training. And so we found a video of it online of him crashing, and it was actually in New Zealand, and it was insane. He had 60 stitches in his face, and like, he looked really bad, and the crash was really bad. It was crazy. I don't know how you guys would ever, I should say you guys, like, you guys are snowboarding on the half pipe. I know I am. I don't know how anybody would ever go back and do that again after this accident. It was insane. And I know it's kind of part of their deal, but oh my gosh, it was crazy. Crazy! Okay. Can you tell I'm a little excited about the Olympics? Okay. Luge, you love the luge. I think all of those bobsled luge skeleton, I think that stuff is crazy. Like, who like ever figured out to do that the first time? Like, oh, I think I'll just go down this track in this suit with nothing on me on this little teeny sled, which I have to steer with my toes. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm calmed down. Are you guys ready to stamp? I have so much stuff to share with you today. I got like crazy, crazy mail this week. I am really anxious to share it with you. I have stamp sets to give away. I have cards to create with you, including this one I just die cut. So, and I have kind of, you know, it's really funny. I have a bunch of ideas in my head and I have a hard time kind of focusing on them. I sort of have a little bit of adult ADD, but we'll see. Okay, so you guys ready? So I'm going to flip you around and, oops, I don't want you to see too much of my mess because that's my closely guarded secret. Haha. I'm sure you guys are laughing at that. All right, so today I have a couple of fun things. One is a fancy fold card that I'm excited to share with you. And I did find, well, hopefully we'll see how this comes together, but I have a masculine Valentine's card. It's a little bit specific, but I don't know how else to do it. Okay, so first of all, I got 2 big packages in the mail this week. One of them is this one. Let me find the card that goes with it. I think this is the right card. Yes. So Debbie, bless her heart, she sent me 2 wine glasses, which, here we go, with, can you see that? There's giraffes on them. Aren't they cute? Giraffes on my wine glasses, and you know I will be drinking out of this tonight for sure. So yay. This was so sweet, Debbie. I am so grateful for you. And look at this fun card she sent with the cute little butterflies and the butterfly embossing. I love it. And this is one of my favorite sets. I think it was called Feel Goods. I still have it. It's a cute word set, and she stamped on the inside too, so that was really sweet. So thank you so much, Debbie. That was so sweet. They're so cute. Okay, I'm going to move this over here so I don't drop it. She, by the way, had them extremely well wrapped up. I was impressed. I was kind of wondering what on earth could possibly be in there. Okay, then, now this is the sweetest. So this is from Dee, who's on here. She sent me, look at this, you guys, 3 scarves and a hat. I told Carl he couldn't have the hat till I showed you guys today. So she made these. Aren't these adorable? It was so sweet of her. So this is the hat, and then there's 1, 2, my favorite colors, 3 scarves. So how amazing is that? I think she said, this is the cute card she sent with it. She said 2 for me, 1 for Ella, and a beanie for Carl. So I thought that was really sweet. So thank you so much, Dee. I really appreciate it. I am just so honored because I know how long it takes to create such wonderful things, and I'm just so honored that you would send that to me. So thank you. Okay, I gotta move this one too. All right, next up, we've got a bunch of cards that came in the mail as well. Okay, so this first one, this one made me giggle. This is from Marsha, and actually I think I saw you on there, Marsha. I know, a very unexciting, uninspired card, but it's you. I thought that was crazy. This is adorable, and it is simple and perfect, and I love it. You just have fun, smile, and keep putting on lipstick. So you know I do, Marsha. So thank you so much. And she has a cute little stamp that says Happy Meal, which I thought was cute. And then this one, this is from Alexandra. She is on my team, and she wrote Lipstick Rico on here, which I of course loved. And we have a swap each month, and so her swap cards came, and this was the card that was in there, and I love it. Look at how beautiful this is. She watercolored that gorgeous. Actually, maybe she didn't watercolor it. Maybe they're, I bet they're Stampin' Blends, but either way, I love it. It's so beautiful. Isn't it gorgeous? This is from the, I want to say it's called Beautiful Day stamp set. We've been using it a little bit. I've used it on my blog. I think we did something on my Facebook Live, and then I also have, well, whatever, we've used it. It's the set that goes with Brush Show. Okay. But isn't this gorgeous? Oh my gosh. I loved it. This card was from Jody. So beautiful. This is, I can't think of the name of the stamp set. I know I should know it. It is, well, something about hope. It has a cross, and then it has a really gorgeous set of dies that go with it. I can't wait because actually, I think it's next month, my card buffet, we're making a beautiful card with this gorgeous die that fits over the cross. It's so pretty. And then it's got a bunch of different stamps that coordinate it with it, including some verses. So I really like this set. So thank you so much, Jody. I really appreciate it. Here's another beautiful card. Love, love, love this one. Is this from Marcia too? She sent me 2 cards. She did. Oh, that stinker. Look at how pretty this card is. This uses the stamp set Petal palette, and I'm actually in the process of typing up the online class for this as we speak. I know I've been kind of holding out just because I was trying to figure out what the timing was going to be on this little room remodel, because I know that's going to take some time. But anyway, so beautiful, and she stamped on the inside too. So thoughtful of her. I can't believe she sent me 2. And then this card kind of made me cry, actually, and I promptly broke it. It said celebrate, and this is from a friend of mine who I've known for many, many years. Her name is Mary, and I was so tickled. And I'm sure she's not going to see this because she posted a picture on like the U.S. Virgin Islands today. So I think she's on vacation, which is smart. Good for her. But she said, congratulations on reaching the 800,000 sales level with Stampin' Up. That's quite an accomplishment, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, I was so tickled that she wrote this. It was so sweet of her. So thank you so much. And I'm trying to figure out what I did with the rest of the C, because I was going to glue it back on there. I might have set it down, and I might have sat on it. I cannot confirm nor deny. But isn't it pretty? We used to have these words quite a ways back. But such a pretty card, and my favorite colors, so it's so sweet of her. That just was one of those out of the blue things that really kind of got me. Okay, now I did my drawings for stamp sets because I didn't have that ready last week, so I'm really excited to be doing that this week. So first winner up, the first 2 get Love You Still, which is in the Occasions catalog, and I really like this set. It is one I have yet to play with, so I'm anxious to get going on it, so hopefully I'll be inspiring you with this soon. But Debbie Rayome is the first winner, and Debbie, I'm pretty sure I have your email or your address, but I always really appreciate it if you win, if you will send me an email with your mailing address, because it just makes it easy for me to quick get it in the mail. The next one is for Miss Bonnie Turcotte. So congratulations, Bonnie. You each get the stamp set. Then, so that was, I think this was the 2, oh, I mixed these up. One of these was 2 weeks ago, and one of them was last week, so I apologize because I can't remember which was which. Okay, so next up, we have this set called In the Trees. And this set is really cute. Again, a set I haven't played with yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So I have Catherine Cummins. Congratulations, Catherine. I am excited to send you that set. I think you're going to like it. As well as Marion Beagle. And I believe, Marion, I think I saw you on here right away. So congratulations to all 4 of you. Make sure you send me an email with your mailing address. Again, that just makes it easy for me to get these out to you. And thank you for sharing videos, for ordering, for everything you guys do. I really appreciate it. Now, don't forget, if you want to get entered into this week's drawing for free stamps, because who doesn't like free stamps, please share the video, place an order, you'll get entered. Well, both, for sure, because then you'll get entered twice. All right, so I'm so excited about the cards that I've got for today. I'm going to just bring in my paper. By the way, my son, in his infinite wisdom, is on safety patrol duty today. So I'm hoping that my daughter, who I reminded twice, will come pick him up today. If not, I might have to frantically leave to go get him, but I think we should be in good shape. All right. So anyway, that's just my warning to you in case in about a half an hour I have to leave. I don't think it'll happen. She's pretty good. She's very responsible. Okay, so the first card that I have for you is kind of a fun one. I'm using the stamp set Hello Color, and this is a stamp set that was geared towards coloring with whatever type of coloring you like, but we're going to use it a little differently. You may have seen I did a gorgeous card with the Stampin' Blends when they very first came out with this image, and I loved it, but it took a long time. I'm not going to lie. That was one of those I sat in front of the TV and did. I actually have to laugh because I remember we were watching Wonder Woman when I was coloring this, and I can remember the coloring with the movie. Isn't that funny? So anyway, I had a little bit different take on it though. So I'm going to start with a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I've got some Memento ink, and I'm just going to stamp this and make it really simple and quick, because simple and quick is kind of my fave, as you probably well know. I'm just going to color or ink that up, and I'm going to stamp it right across here, like so. Ugh, in black. And this is how you work out your aggression from the day. Oh, and it came out perfect. So I just have that going across there, which is kind of cool. And then I'm going to adhere this to a piece of basic black cardstock, like so. All right. So there we go. And then I want to put it on a contrasting colored card base. So here we go. Now, I will get all of these cards up on my blog as soon as I can. Sometimes it takes me a little while. Last week I did not end up getting my cards up. But I do have the post almost ready, so it'll go up on my blog soon. Okay. So there's that cute start already, right? I love this. So the set is called Hello Color, Rachel. All right, now the next thing I wanted to do was take this cute little flower and stamp it on my contrasting color scrap of cardstock. So I'm just going to ink it up in black. And if you want, you can punch this out, but I think it'll be really cute if we fussy cut it. So let me just grab my scissors. So we'll just fussy cut this out. Whenever you fussy cut, P.S., I love just going around carefully with my scissors. I find this actually to be somewhat relaxing. Back in the day when our stamps weren't die cut out, you know, like the shape of them wasn't die cut, we had to cut them out. They just came in square pieces of rubber, and then we trimmed them out from there. And I actually loved when I got like a new order with a whole bunch of stamps in it, because I'd sit on the couch and then I'd cut all those stamps out. My husband hated it though, because I would cut off these teeny little pieces of rubber, and then they had sticky on them, you know, to stick to the wood blocks that the stamps came with. And so those little sticky slivers of rubber would stick to places and things and people. And it may or may not have stuck to our infant children at one time or another. I'm just saying. So, Myrna says, do I have any idea when the first shipment of the Stamparatus is coming? I believe, Myrna, they said it was going to be in the next week or two. So it's coming up very soon. So, very, very good news on that front. I am so excited about it. I haven't been showing much of the Stamparatus because I really want to make sure that, that people are starting to get them before I start showing videos with them. Otherwise it's confusing. The last time I showed a video, people kept asking me when they could get them, and then when I had to say June, they weren't very happy. Okay. But I've been learning a lot about stuff to do with it. Okay, so I did do one, and I'm feeling like 3 might be cooler. So, okay, I'm going to stop talking so I can cut this out fast. course, you could do this with any color you wanted. So I chose Berry Burst, but for sure Lemon Lime Twist, because I feel like all I've been doing are Lemon Lime Twist and black cards. But any black and whatever your favorite pop of color is. And so I think 3 is going to be a little bit more fun. And then we'll just add a sentiment to this card. And I think it's a really simple, easy card. And it shows off this background without having to do all the coloring, which is really nice. So even if you aren't a huge coloring fan, I still think this is a cool card. And I love the background. I really love the background. Now, if you wanted this to have a little bit more masculine feel, you could use the feather that's in the stamp set instead of the flower. And you would have kind of a fun image as well. So there's this branchy thing, the flower, and then the feather. Obviously, I would change up the colors a little bit. Cindy, I'm working on my next round of online classes. They're coming up. I know Waterfront is on there. I just don't remember what the timeline is. So it will be coming. So don't you worry. And we're just going to pop these on. And so I just thought it would be kind of fun to have them sort of cascading on our card. And then, of course, we have to jazz them up just a little with some rhinestones. So I'm going to pull off a couple of these bigger rhinestones and set them right in the center here. Because as you well know, everything's better with a little bit of bling on it. Isn't that cute? And then we need a sentiment. And I had something in mind. What was it? Oh no, what was it? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I did pull it out. Congratulations. So I think this is kind of nice because it's not very specific. It could be anything. It could be your birthday. It could be something awesome that happened to you. Whatever. So isn't that fun? Really a simple card. Now, the other thing that I thought of when I was doing this, because this is kind of what happens in my brain. It's a little scary in there, so I don't necessarily encourage you to experience it. You have to be prepared. So I had pulled this set out. Now I remember. I pulled this set out because I wanted to use one of the sentiments in here. But I remembered that this cool little circular image is in there. And I thought, oh, we got to do something fun with that. Since I kind of was on this kick. So let me show you the next one. And here again, we'll do happy birthday for this one. I'm going to stamp the happy birthday first, and you'll see why in 1 second. So I'll stamp the birthday like so. And this is probably one of my favorite types of cards. It's geometric-y shapes with black and white. And as you will see, an awesome pop of color. Okay, I know you guys are going to love this. So there we go. I've stamped it 5 times because I always think odd numbers look the best. Though I might add just one more partial down there just to fill it in a little. Okay, and we're going to layer this onto our black cardstock. Layer. I think the dimensions on these 2 layers are pretty similar. And then we're gonna put this together and you guys can decide which one you want. So we used rhinestones to bling up this last card, right? And this is kind of a similar concept. I mean, it's a little different, but that's kind of how my brain works. But anyway, this is going to get some of these awesome adhesive backed sequins in here. And I love these babies so much. So I'm going to put one there. And I think, oops, one up here. And then, oh my gosh, I'm dropping them all, of course. Seriously, I have a hard time with these for some reason. That one. And this one. So they're all these bright, happy colors, which I'm totally digging. And then we have to put the best one on here, which is the lemon lime twist, because that makes everything happy. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? How simple is that? Like, holy smokes. So I'm trying to decide what color I want to put it on, and I can't decide. And of course, wouldn't you know it, I can't find a lemon lime twist card base. We might have to just use... Is this? No. Denied. Well, we could use orange. It's really hard to picking. Ooh, I kind of like that. I'm going to use orange. Okay, so easy, which you know is my fave. And we haven't popped anything up on this yet, so let's pop this up. And once you know, I'm filling in my clean desk. Did you guys see my Crafter Math picture? I posted it on Instagram last week. Oh my gosh, I had such a mess in here last week after we stamped from my Facebook Live. It was a little scary, to be completely honest. So I love how simple this card is. And all that it is are a few little black circles and those sequins in the center. They're so easy. So isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. These sequins just make me happy. I don't know what it is, but they're awesome. So there we go. We've already made 2 super cute, easy, quick cards. So I love that. All right. Next up, we've got, let's see, what do I have in my pile? Ooh, I've got a fun fold. So I've had a couple requests for fun folds. So I don't know if there is an official name for this. I think it's just sort of a trifold card, but not. How do you like that for an official designation? All right. Now to do this card, we're going to use some printed paper and just a plain Whisper White card base. You will want a piece of 5.5 by 11 inch cardstock. Let me get this out of the way. And just cleaning up my area a little, not too much. I mean, too much would be crazy. But I have been itching to use the new Picture Perfect Birthday. I haven't done much with this yet, and I was just messing around. And actually, I'll show you something else in a minute, but I was messing around with this, and I love the sentiments that are in here, and I think it's probably a couple things. First of all, they're mixing the fonts, which is always awesome. I love that's so trendy. I love the scripty wording and then the cool stuff in there. So, okay, we're going to do this. And what I really haven't done up to this point is take this amazing DSP that goes in this suite. Like, have you guys seen this stuff? It's so cool. It has like actual photographs of stuff on one side. Hello, lover. And then, look at that. Confetti, the little thingies. And then on the back side, it's just regular patterns, which is really fun. Okay, so let me show you how this card goes. So again, we're going to start with a 5.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, which I have here. Then I'm going to grab my trimmer, and we're going to score this along the long edge. Keep moving this Post-it. Okay, so first of all, get ready your cutting blade so you don't accidentally cut. Just ask me how I know that. Then I'm going to score at 1 1/4 inches, at 4 inches, and then at 6 3/4 inches. And so it's a long story, but I broke my thing, but it still works. I just gotta fix it. Oh, no, really, it does still work. There we go. You just gotta convince it. And then 6 3/4 is right here. Apparently when you drop stuff on cement floor, it does not go well. Okay, so I've scored on these lines. I'm going to give them a good crease with my bone folder. I won't call this what it really is because the last time I did that in a video, I got nasty emails. Just saying. I think you all know what this is, though. Okay, so isn't this kind of cool? Wait, is that how it's supposed to go? Yeah, it is. Okay. When you're not sure about your own card. All right, so here is kind of my fun fold. And what I'm going to do is take, and I've cut these pieces, and they're each 5 1/4 inches long. I'm looking for my Sharpie marker. Each piece is 5 1/4 inches by, and then there's the 3 different ones. So it's either 1 inch or I think this is 2.5. Hold on. I'll tell you. I don't normally do measurements, but you guys are special, so I will. Okay, this one is 2.5, or this one is 4. Okay, so that it's 5 1/4 by 1, or 5 1/4 by 2.5, or 5 1/4 by 4. Hope that makes sense. So let's put all these in. They're really easy. First of all, I loved the candles because they're like actual pictures of all this stuff. And they found candles that like match Stampin' Up! Colors. Like, how cool is that? And then here, we're going to do the balloons. So I just picked 3 images that I liked. You can do, you know, whatever you want. And of course, this works with any kind of printed paper, but I thought it was particularly fun with this printed paper. And then my last piece will be these little bows. And look at how fun these designs on the back are. It's one of those things where you have a hard time choosing which piece to adhere down because you don't want to use the back side. Okay, so much fun, right? Okay, so then on the back side, or when you open up the card, we can do our stamping right here. So I'm going to take and just do super simple stamping. I think I'm going to use probably Berry Burst for this, but you can do whatever you want. I'm going to do Berry Burst because then I can, today we celebrate wonderful, brilliant, fabulous you. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm also going to add, I got to make sure this is clean. It is not. Hold on. Don't you hate when you forget to clean your stamps? When my sister and I first started stamping about 19 years ago, I'll never forget this. We were stamping together, and that's when you would pull out all the stuff that you had and use it at once. Happiest of birthdays to you. Okay, so then to close this up, I'm going to take some ribbon and just tie it around the card. And you can use, well, actually, no, I was going to use a different ribbon. Hold on. Just kidding. I wanted to use the metal edged berry ribbon because it would, that's why I picked this silver bow in the paper, because it would coordinate with my ribbon. I love when things coordinate. Oh, Joy, thanks. That Stampin' Scrub that I just used is actually probably one of the very first ones I had from 19 years ago. We've gone through several versions of it over the years, and yes, I do take them apart. When I started cleaning them, it was just easier. So anyway, I'm just going to tie this in a little bow, and then it holds the card together nicely. So isn't this fun? So that's kind of a fun fold. A really great way to use up pieces of your DSP, which is always a good thing. People always are asking me how to use DSP. So I really like that. Now you could also stamp panels. You could cut out cardstock pieces and stamp on them or emboss them, whatever you would like. So lots of fun ways to do this card, of course. And actually, I think this might just be my next card challenge on my Stamping with the Creativity Cave page, because we need a card challenge on there. That's my Facebook group. So stay tuned so you guys can try your hand at that. Okay, so again, that was with the Picture Perfect birthday. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is I was messing around with this, and you guys might think this is kind of funny too. I was messing around with the bows yesterday. So I'm just going to put together a little color combo for my bows. Let's see. Pink, and then one more color. Maybe raspberry. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so I was working with the bow stamp. So that is that. And this. Sorry, I lost it for a second. Okay, so I was working with those bows, and I was trying to come up with the best way to stamp them, the two pieces together. So a couple of things. First of all, do not want that color. When you stamp the bows, here's how I recommend doing this. I'm going to kind of... So first of all, I'm going to stamp off the two-step stamping part. And what I'm looking for in lining up my image is obviously these two lines in the center. These two lines, maybe I'll point them out on the here. So these two lines right here, those obviously it's pretty clear where they go. Then the other thing that you want to look for to line up is the piece that's going to fit right here around the point of this part of the bow. So it's going to fit right here. Okay, so that's what you're looking for on here, and I can see it's got that little hunk cut out of it to fit around this little point. Okay, so I stamped off the first layer of ink. So now what's left now, pardon me, I'm gonna have to stick my head in here. So I'm just lining this up. Okay, I'm lining it up, and then it's perfect in there, which is so cool. So I actually like the lighter version. I tried it yesterday with a whole bunch of different color combinations, and I was actually enjoying the lighter version of it better than the darker version. Okay, so let's try that again. We're gonna stamp this, and we'll do this over here. We'll stamp off that layer right there. And then it's, once you figure out where things are positioned, it's much easier to stamp this, I think. Right, clean that off again and again. Stamp off. So, I mean, I was trying darker shades, black. I really didn't like it as much. But the lighter one, I really liked. Okay, so we might not do raspberry. We might run out of room. But we will clean this off. So it's so easy to stamp this. I think when I first saw it, I was like, oh boy, that's going to be tough to line up. But it really was not near as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that made me quite happy, I must admit. All right. So there we go. Isn't that cute? So just kind of some fun little images. Now to fill this in a little bit. Oops, I don't want to close these up yet. Hold on. I'm grabbing my confetti. So I'm just going to fill in with kind of the coordinating color confetti just to sort of jazz up this card. We'll see. This might look dumb. That's what happens when you riff on air. If it looks dumb, that's all right. I know we never judge at the Creativity Cave, and I know you wouldn't either. Okay. You just never know what you're going to get when you come watch the Creativity Cave. That part is for sure. Okay. So I'm just kind of alternating the little sprinkles, the confettis. Confettis, that's a totally legit word, right? Confettis. So my husband works for John Deere, and around here people call John Deere Deers, and it drives me kind of bananas. It's John Deere. It's not Deers. Like, I don't know what the deal is with that. It's just what like the locals call it. It just drives me crazy. So anyway, whenever I hear that, it sort of makes me cringe. I've never actually asked what he thinks about that. I kind of wonder. So there we go. I don't know if I like this card or not. Cue the confetti. I'm kind of sticking with my theme. That's all right. I've made better cards. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, but what if we decorated them a little? I could totally do that. So let's add 1 or 2 of these. Do orange ones and pink ones. Now, the other thing I will say is don't be afraid to use sequins that don't quite match. That's all right. See, like that pink doesn't really match at all, but I think it looks cute. And then we don't have one for the whatever color this is, so I'm just going to use this one. Okay, so that's kind of fun. That kind of makes it happy. Joy, it's not John Deere's, it's Deere's. I don't get it. It's weird. I don't know. Are any of my local friends on here? Can you explain this? Because it is kind of a weird phenomenon. Oh, dear. Okay. Did you get it? Oh, dear. Seriously, I killed myself. Okay, so I've put these colors together. And gosh darn it, wouldn't it be cute if I had a lemon lime twist card? I don't, because you know what? It's out in my classroom, and I don't want to take the time to run out there. So maybe we'll put it on this, because guess what? I have one of those handy. This is not half bad. I don't know. It's all right. All right. So there is my card. Not my best, but it kind of goes with our theme for today, which is this sort of pattern. All right. Next, or actually probably, well, we'll see. Probably last is this last card that I was working on quick, right before I came on. I wanted a card for, or somebody had asked for a Valentine's Day card. And my friend Liz had made a really cool card that was sort of like the opposite of the eclipse technique. So right before we went on air, I went ahead and die cut this. And I did put my letters across here. I put the washi tape, as you could see on here, flipped it upside down and ran it through my Big Shot. I did that technique in a Friday Quickie 2 weeks ago, and a lot of people really liked it, and I had a few people who didn't seem to like it. I don't know. I actually, of all the things I've ever done, I got some very interesting feedback on that. And again, I guess I would kind of say, if you don't like the tip, you don't have to use it. Nobody's forcing you. But I had several different people challenge me on it, which I thought was interesting because I do a little bit more than above average die cutting in terms of amount. So I'm just saying. All right. So I die cut Andy, which is my husband's name. And so, like I said, she did what was kind of the reverse of eclipse, I guess, if there is such a thing. And so she had her card, but it was actually the background that the letters were taken out of, so I can save those and use them for something else. But what she did is stamped something behind this layer, okay? So I was thinking, my husband likes to, he likes to ride motorcycles. And so I was thinking, wouldn't it be kind of fun if we did sort of the background in motorcycles? All right. So to do that, I got to put away my paper cutter because it's taking up precious space in my office. My desk. Okay. And then I needed... Gotta make sure that this will fit behind here. Ooh, yay, it will. So this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this piece is a little bit smaller than that. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this piece up, whereas in the regular clips we would pop each letter up. Okay, so that's kind of a cool, different way to look at it. And this black won't work. We gotta get the big guns out. All right, so now I thought I would just stamp the background in, I think, I'm actually going to use probably my least favorite color on the face of the earth, which is artichoke, always artichoke. I really hope that this is a card, or a color that people... that Stampin' Up! Gets rid of eventually. I never ever use it. And don't hate on me if it's like your favorite. But it's just, I literally can't remember. In fact, I will be surprised to see how my ink pad is. But the reason I am using this color is because my husband has a motorcycle that has that color. It's actually like the color of, what do you call it? Camo. Okay. So I'm stamping the bikes in basic... or no, smoky slate in gray. And then I'm going to add in some of the other stuff in always artichoke. There's this Route 66, or I could do this. Probably the Route 66 would be kind of fun. So what I really want to do is kind of fill up this space as much as I can. And then... we'll see. Told you it was dry. Okay, so let's re-ink this ink pad, shall we? Because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind seeing that. Just looking for my refill. Okay, so here's my refill. And what I'm going to do is squirt re-inker onto the surface like so, and then I'm going to use the tip to work it in. You can see it is going right in because this pad, like I said, was probably pretty dry. I never ever use this because it is, like I said, probably my least favorite color, and I'm pretty sure that this is not the color of artichokes. I think they're a little more olivey, but I don't like artichokes either. So that probably doesn't help. Okay, now I got a lot of ink on there, so it's probably fairly juicy. Oh, do you see the difference? My goodness. All right, so I'm just going to stamp these, like I said, kind of in between my motorcycles, wherever possible. And I'm trying not to overlap on the motorcycle too much, but I just want to fill up those nooks and crannies a bit. So we'll get those really in there. And then maybe whatever's left, we're going to do with that, with this, whatever this is. I guess this is like pavement. Okay. So now for that, I will stamp this off, and then I'll get the lighter shade, and you can see I'm just going right over the top, kind of fitting it in to fill up everything. Like so. Okay. So there it is. Now that looks really busy, right? So of course, but when you put this over the top, It's way more calm. Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh. So what we're going to do is we're still going to use our adhesive backed strips just like we have before. And we're going to just stick these kind of around like so a little bit. Where'd my scissors go? So I'll probably need like 2 strips of these maybe. Okay. Schmutz. Yes, that is exactly what it is. It's totally schmutz. And yes, dogs totally track in schmutz, as do husbands and little boys. Just saying. Little boys kind of track in a lot of stuff. My son, in the summertime, is always carting in like rocks from our landscaping in front, you know, just crappy rocks. And I often thought, okay, this is a phase, you know, like he's 6. That's what little boys do. But, you know, he's going to be 12 in March. And he's still doing it. So it has not stopped. Okay, so you can see I put kind of strips in between the letters to hold them up so that they won't fall down. I could even put some right there to be very thorough. That's what I'm going to do. I'll just take this little strip and just get them right in there. And that really is what's going to make this card kind of awesome. Okay, so then peel all these backings. So this is why you want your front piece to be just a little larger than your back piece. And then we'll just adhere this right over the top of that stamped area. And of course, you could do this with any kind of stamp image, DSP, what have you. Kind of gives you just a whole nother take on the eclipse technique. That looks pretty good. Then I'm going to take, and we have this shimmer ribbon that is one of the celebration choices. So I'm going to use this. I'm just going to tie a knot on here. And I think this would make a great birthday card. But in this case, we're going to do a Valentine's Day card. So I kind of have a fun little idea for the inside, and I'll show you that in a second. And you know what? Since we're doing it for a man, maybe we won't tie a bow. Maybe we'll just tie a knot. Because that's just a teensy bit more manly. All right. Now, if you haven't gotten these letters, celebration time is the perfect time to get them because they are going to qualify you for, you'll be just short of 2 celebration choices. So you add some dimensionals or maybe some adhesive backed strips, and you will be good to go. Okay, so there we go. Now let's put this onto a card base. I'm looking to see if I even have a piece of artichoke cut. I don't even think I do. I pull from a bunch of half sheets of cardstock that I've got. They're just off camera, so sorry you can't see them. I do not see an artichoke one, so we'll just use a smoky slate one instead. I know my smoky slate ink is really dark, but I had just re-inked that pad, so that's kind of part of it. Okay, so there we go. So that looks pretty cool. Obviously, you can customize this to whatever you need. Okay. And then sorry. Just trying to pull the right size cardstock out. So then for this piece, we're going to stamp I think this time I'm gonna do that artichoke color, even though it kind of pains me to do it. We'll stamp the artichoke, and I'm gonna do that tire track across the bottom, or tire tread, I guess is what it is. So stamp that on here, and then we need a happy Valentine's Day. Let's see if I have that. I believe there's what? Yep, there's one in here. I'm going to stamp that. Just making sure it's straight, you know. I'll put it right here. Happy Valentine's Day. And then, don't you think it needs a heart? I do. So, let's see. I just put my heart set away, of course. Or wait, maybe I do have a heart out. Hold on. So we can put a heart right there. I wonder what color we should do. Ah, so tricky. Maybe we'll stamp off a layer. Do I like that? Yeah, I do. So there is our heart. Isn't that fun? All right. Someone said you can also make a shaker card. Absolutely. So if I was going to make this a shaker card, all that I would need to do is, before I adhered the Andy with all those foam strips, I would just put a piece of window sheet behind there, and then I would put the foam adhesive strips around the words and then add my sprinkles in there. You could even divide them up a little bit so that they're in each section, but yes, so that would totally work. So there you go. Oh, use small hearts as exhaust. That's a cute idea. I like that, Lucy. There's actually a little, oh, hold on. There is a little line of hearts in that stamp set that we could totally do. Great idea. So I'm going to stamp those off too, because otherwise it's like your motorcycle needs a little emissions test. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, I love it. So there you go. Now, if your Valentine does not like motorcycles, of course you can put whatever you want back here. Some suggestions would be things like animals. So for instance, what is that stamp set we have? I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Leaves. What is the animal set I'm thinking of? There's a set called Heartland that has tractors on it. Of course, if you're going to use that, you best be coloring those tractors green. I'm just saying. There's also like you could do just like basic shapes like stars or whatever, or hearts even. It depends on if you want it to like look really masculine. Gosh, I'm trying to think of when this was. I did a Friday quickie on how to make a camo background. So if maybe you have a hunter for a Valentine, you could use that. You could do the car from Guy Greetings. That would be cool. Or the tools. So there's lots of different things that you can put in the background of this, and you'd have a really fun card. So, oh, tools, definitely. Yeah. So, or the donut DSP. That's true, because definitely the way to a man's heart is for sure through his stomach in many cases. So yeah, all of those are great ideas. So anyway, I hope that you guys really liked this fun project, because I like how it turned out. All right, now I think, did I have anything else on my list of stuff to make today? I don't think so. I think I'm going to end it there. I want to make sure that my daughter is picking up my son. And if not, that will be bad. But I think she's on it. If not, don't worry. We'll get him. I will be back here next Monday, so don't worry. Ooh, I'm just dropping things. But a couple of announcements. First of all, I wanted to announce that the registration for, I think I'm calling it Winter Camp, is coming. It will be out in my newsletter. So if you don't subscribe to my newsletter, make sure you do that. It's in the sidebar of my blog. So check that out. Also, okay, so share the video to be entered for free stamps. I love the free stamps. Also, if you order, please order. That's what brings more awesome videos like today's to you. 4A, 4D, RT62. So make sure you use that host code and you'll get a fabulous free gift with your order. Also, sign up for my newsletter and you'll be on, I have all kinds of fun stuff in my newsletters. I usually do a project at least once a month. But of course I always talk about my online classes. And like I said, I have a whole bunch coming, online classes, and I'm really excited about them. Also my winter camp registration, which is going to be held in March. And all the details will be in my newsletter, which will come out potentially tomorrow if I can get it all set up. I think I will be able to. And, oh, there's one other exciting thing. Celebration continues. And we have actually some new products that are coming out. Let me see if I've got them right here. Okay, so one of the new products is called Eclectic Expressions. And can I just say that might work kind of well with what we did today? I'm just saying. All right, Eclectic Expressions is a stamp set. Then there's a bundle at the $100 level, and that contains this stamp set and coordinating. This is one of those thick, textured, dynamic embossing folders. OMG. So these two are for a $100 level. This is a $50 level. And then last, but most certainly not least, is this gorgeous paper. It's called Springtime Foils, and each of them is like a metallic color on, it's kind of a vanilla background, I think. Does it say on here? Then it doesn't look white to me. It looks vanilla, so, but let me just check this out. Now these are all going to start up on the 16th, which I think is Friday, but I'm not positive. So like there's this one. This one looks pretty coppery or maybe rose goldy. This one is gold and silver. Oh, it's so gorgeous. This one is silver stripes, and then this beautiful one is maybe the rose gold. I can't tell if it's rose gold or copper. Either way, and then there's some gold centers in there, but OMG, the stuff is stunning. So you get 3 sheets of each pattern in the pack, 12 total, and they're just single-sided. So you don't even have to choose which gorgeous one you're using. Stunning stuff. So next week, I will definitely have projects using these new celebration editions, but I have to say I love each of them, and they're all very different from one another, which is kind of fun. And I love the sentiments, and this basket is just gorgeous. Can you say Stampin' Blends? Oh. So anyway, hope you guys liked those. Don't forget to, that one of the best deals in Celebration is to become a demonstrator and get your products at a discount. When you sign up, you get any 2 free stamp sets, REE, from the Occasions catalog or the annual catalog. And you also get 20% off all of your orders, which is an awesome deal. And you don't have to do events. You don't have to run a business. You can just get your discount. It's a great deal. Also, if you host a party, our hosts get extra stuff, more free stuff. So if you would like to either place a large order, maybe you've been saving up for Celebration, when your order is $250, you get an extra $25 on top of all the other free stuff. So if you place a $250 order, you get $50 in free stuff. Plus, you also get 5 Celebration items, depending on what you pick. So if you pick the $100 levels, you obviously get less, but lots of great stuff. So make sure and share my video. You can do that on YouTube or on Facebook, depending on where you're watching from. Also, you can get fabulous free gifts when you order through the Creativity Cave. And let me tell you, I so want to earn your business as your demonstrator. I love spoiling my customers, and I hope that you will definitely order, because that helps support me bringing more of these videos to you. And then, of course, sign up for my newsletter and you'll get notification of my online classes coming up. And there's always fun stuff in there as well. I also give you advance notice on specials that come out and whatnot. And then, of course, don't forget to take advantage of Celebration. Free stuff is the best stuff. So thank you guys so much for stamping with me today. I love stamping with you. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you right back here next Monday. Bye, guys.